Hello Aries, welcome to this space, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here and you don't know me, my name is Gennaro, aka BhodiBoy G, and my channel is Wow Oracle. Well Aries, I am here to connect with you today to do your energy reading for the week of July 12th through July 18th. Now before I get into it Aries, there's one thing I do want you to remember. These are general readings, they're not going to resonate with everybody. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. Also, if you are checking out your sun sign, if you don't find your message here, feel free to check out your moon and or your rising signs. You might find your message there. Also, if at that point you still don't find your message, feel free to check out all the other beautiful readers out there on YouTube. I do support them all. And if you do like my content and you don't find your message this week, come back next week. I'll have a whole new set of messages for you then. Alright Aries, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So first and foremost, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tapping into Archangel Metatron's energy to see what the overall feel of your week's going to be. See what you're dealing with, what you're going through, what's kind of in your space, and where you're at on your spiritual path, okay? So give me one moment while I go ahead and get tapped into that energy and we pull your oracle card for the week. Alright Spirit, what messages do you have for Aries? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of July 12th through July 18th. What messages of guidance do you have for Aries? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of July 12th through July 18th. Alright Aries, so the oracle card coming out for you this week as your overall energy is Tree of Life. Travel on. Okay, so you're definitely on a spiritual path, Aries. For those of you watching this, you are definitely on a spiritual path. You're definitely leveling up. You're definitely switching positions. And it's like Spirit wants you to understand where you're at. And they want you to be proud of yourself, of what you've been doing, what you've been through, what you've left behind, and what you're moving towards. It's like Spirit's giving you a nod. It's kind of saying, good job, kind of a pat on the back, saying, you know what, you're doing well, you're in the flow, and you have nothing really to worry about, because we have at the top here, we have Archangel Metatron, and at the bottom, we have Archangel Sandalphon, so you're definitely being divinely guided in your life right now, definitely being divinely guided in everything you're working with, and everything you're doing, every situation you're in, your job, your relationships. You are so surrounded by your spirit team, and they're telling you to keep moving on, don't falter, don't fall back, but keep on that path, because you're definitely moving up as you move along. Okay, Aries? So now what I'd like to go ahead and do is I'd like to read what the book says about this card to get you some further insight into what this is speaking about. So give me one moment while I pull that up. 32. Tree of Life, travel on. You have drawn the Tree of Life card to remind you that life is both a journey from spirit to earth and from earth back to spirit. This mission is special, and so are you who walks its paths. There may be times when you feel stuck along life pathways, yet wherever you are, there are blessings and learnings and exploration to be done. There is no place you're supposed to be, and no missed path that you didn't take. All roads converge back at the same point. There are no wrong turns or right turns, just different approaches to the same destination. You will meet others on life's path who seem to be going faster. Do not judge them, since you do not know on what part of the path they started. There is no one in front of you or behind you. The truth is, you're all moving along the same grid lines in different waves and movements. Metatron sits at the top of the Tree of Life, helping you birth and descend and welcoming you when you climb back up. Archangel Sandalphon sits at the bottom, a perfect angelic anchor and compass point from which signals are sent out to guide you on. The trick is to enjoy the journey. See all of it as important, all equally valid. Every experience and person you meet along the way, and all that you learn, make you the person that you are. Look at the card. Which sphere or Sephiroth speaks to you? Is it the sphere's color or position on the tree that most strikes you? Feel into this. What does it say to you about this stage of your life experience? Do you feel as though you are working your way up or down? Do you feel static or unmoving? Judge none of it. You are where you are, and Metatron can see you. You are not lost or forgotten or unable to be seen. The Creator's light is shining down upon you, encouraging you to enjoy this journey of life and your time here on this planet. Look again at the card. See now the next place in the tree you wish to travel to. What does this represent to you? What are your expectations? And what do you need to experience? Journey on, you are doing well, and all is as it should be. The tree is secure, and so is your place on it. So travel on, travel on. Yes, Aries, no matter what point of your spiritual journey you're at, you are so beautifully held by your angelic team, so beautifully held by your guides and your spirits, and God and Creator and Universe. They want you to know that you are doing a great job, no matter where it is on this tree that you are at. No matter where it is you find yourself at this point, you are exactly where you're meant to be, and everything's happening with divine timing and divine guidance. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on, Aries. We're going to get into the tarot portion of your reading. And with that, we'll use a tarot. And with the tarot, we'll find out the energies to help keep you grounded, the energies to help you be more open. We'll look at the positive energies coming in for you for the week, as well as what negative energies are coming your way. We'll look at how to best invite those positive energies in, as well as how the negative energies could affect you and things of that like. But let's go ahead and get right into it, Aries. So first and foremost, we're going to look at the energies to help keep you grounded. And the energies to help you be more open. All right, Spirit, what energies are going to help Aries to remain grounded this week? And what energies are going to help them to be more open? Okay, so we do have the Five of Cups. And we have the Emperor. So this week, to remain grounded, you need to realize that not all is lost. Whether this be in a relationship, in a job situation, in a family situation, in your home front, Spirit wants you to recognize that even though there's been hardships, even though there's been hard times, even though you may feel stagnant right now on your path, know that not is all lost. Things are still happening. Movement is still being had. And there's a lot of love for you here. You're definitely guided. Your angels are around you and want you to know that you're not to focus on the negative at this time, but to shift your perception into the positive and realize that even though there have been hard times, even though things have fallen apart, even though things did not work out the way you wanted them to work out, that there is still a cup of love, a cup of inspiration, and a cup of life right behind you. So you need to shift your focus from what has been lost into what is still had, because there is where you'll find the beauty. There is where you find the movement. There is where you'll find the action and the progress in your life. So definitely shift your perception this week and focus on the positive, and that's going to keep you grounded in what you're doing, where you've been, who you are, and what you have gone through and what you have left behind. Do you see what I'm saying? You've been going through a lot, Aries. You've been going through a lot. You've been doing a lot of work, especially on your spiritual path, and Spirit wants you to know that even though things have fallen away, even though things have been lost, people have been lost, situations have not worked out the way you wanted them to, that they still support you in everything that you're doing. So feel good and feel proud about where you're at. Now, as far as the energies to help you be more open, here you are, Aries, coming right into your reading. There is the Emperor card. That is your card. And that's about being confident. That's about being strong, being in control, having solid foundations. This week, to remain open, you need to realize that you are doing a great job. And Spirit is patting you on the back. No matter where you are in your path, no matter who it is that's watching this video, and where it is you resonate with, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And there's a lot of structure around you, and a lot of solid foundations, and there's a lot of clarity, and a lot of confidence. And you're definitely standing up in your life, and continuing on your path, even though that path hasn't been quite the easiest path to be on, Aries. I understand that. I can see that here. That life has not been that easy for you in the last couple months, couple years. But you're doing great, and Spirit's saying to keep moving. And this is Spirit just saying, yes, Aries, you are doing a great job. You are standing up, and you are being the person you're meant to be. Creating those solid foundations in your life, even when other foundations had to crumble away. Okay? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move forward, and we're going to look at the positive energies coming in for you for the week, as well as what negative energies are coming your way. Because, you know, Aries, we live in a world of polarity, so we have to look at both sides of the spectrum to really understand how to best make our way through our weeks, given all the different energies that are coming our way. Okay? So, Spirit, what are the positive energies coming in for Aries, and what negative energies are coming their way? Okay, so we do have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. We have two twos on the board here now. Very interesting. And you know, twos have a lot to do about balance and choices and crossroads and partnerships and duality. So it's like you're at a crossroads here. You're at a crossroads. I feel for some of you, definitely, you're not really sure where you're at on your path. You're not really sure where you're going. But Spirit wants you to know. Spirit is trying to tell you, don't worry. Don't fret. Everything is as it should be. Just make the choice to continue moving forward, to continue on your path. Now, as far as the positive energies coming in for you this week, we do have some air energy here, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But this just has to do more with your mental space. This has to do with you blocking out what's been lost, blocking out the negativity, and no longer allowing that to enter your space, but really moving forward in positivity, releasing all the emotions that you've held on to, all the confusion, all the overloads, and saying, you know what, I'm going to continue moving. I'm not going to allow this to stop me. I'm not going to sit here in indecision, but I'm going to continue to move forward. This also shows that it has been an arduous road. It has not been easy, and you've had a lot of things come at you, but you're now blocking out that negativity. You're no longer focusing on the negative. You're shifting your perception, focusing onto the positive, and deciding to bring balance into your life, and you're moving forward. Now, as far as the negative energies coming in for you, we do have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, there's a lot. There's been a lot that's gone on. A lot has happened. A lot of things that have kind of thrown you up and down. And it's almost like you're in a bit of a disarray here because you're not really sure where to go. You're not really sure what to do. Because, you know, balance is here, but I feel for some of you, it's a juggling act. It's a juggling act. You're having an issue here between balancing your everyday-to-day life and your spiritual life. It's like some of you very much want to dive deep into the spiritual, but you also have to maintain that equilibrium between your spiritual and your everyday mundane. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't just go one way or the other because that'll cause an imbalance. So definitely for some of you, you're having a hard time with this. You're having a hard time in adapting to the situation and really making certain things priorities and, you know, just finding that smooth balance between the two. Because, you know, I'm getting this feeling like you're a little confused. You're a little just like, well, I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing, but what's the next step? Where do I go next? And what you need to understand is that Spirit will deliver that to you when the time is right. So just continue on your path. And don't allow yourself to be up in the air. Don't allow yourself to kind of falter or wobble on your path. Just continue moving forward, because I see if you do, you're going to have an issue here with that balance that needs to be brought back in. You're going to have an issue blocking out those negative thought processes, those limiting belief patterns. You know what I'm saying? And definitely, you have strong foundations here, so it's meant for you. It's time for you to move away from that. But I can see that some of you are still struggling a little bit with this. It also could be for some of you, you're struggling with two relationships, and one of the relationships kind of satisfies you on a spiritual level, and one kind of satisfies you on a physical level. And this is about you making the choice between the two. Now, that's only a small message for some of you. I don't normally do love readings, but I do get a sense of two relationships here, okay? Now, this could also be with your relationship with self and your relationship with spirit. It's all how you feel it. It's all how you see it. These are general readings, so it's for you to decide what that means for you. But there's an imbalance here. There's a bit of an imbalance because you've had a struggle juggling between two things, okay? But now we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to look at how to best invite in the positive energies, as well as how to as well as how the negative energies could affect you. All right, Spirit. So how can my Aries best invite in the positive energies? And how might the negative energies affect them? Okay, so we do have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, so as far as how to best invite those positive energies, this is about you being curious. About you being curious of where you are on your path, what you've been going through, what you've been doing, and really diving deep into that and getting a sense of higher learning when it comes to this. It's almost like for some of you, definitely you need to meditate more. You definitely need to get in the zone more when it comes to your spirituality and your path, so you can better understand where you're at. Because I see there's a lot of wisdom and insight here that you're really diving deep into, but some of it you need to block out. Some of it is not meant for you. Some of it is actually kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not fake or false, but it's like, you know, when it comes to spirituality, okay, there's so many different venues, so much different platforms of information, and, you know, some of it is not exactly what's made for you. So this is about you going inside and really understanding what's meant for you, not taking the advice from others, not taking the education from others, but understanding what is yours and what's meant for you. And this is also about you worrying about where you're at on your path and not really worrying so much about what other people are on their path. Because I see it's been a balancing act. It's been a balancing act here. You've been a little confused about what's yours, what's others, what's meant for you, and what's not. But I see that you're still walking forth, and you're doing a good job, and you're learning. You're learning as you go. So this is very much about a learning process for you, Aries. You're seeing things as they come. Do you see what I'm saying? You're seeing things as they come, and you're kind of making your decisions as you go. And that's how you're moving along this tree of life. You're not like starting here and trying to straight shoot up, but you're understanding how you need to move around and how you need to switch your positions on this tree of life to make it work for you. Okay, so this is definitely a learning process. So you need to continue on that path of learning more about yourself, learning more about spirituality, and learning more about where you are and where you want to be. Now, as far as how the negative energies could affect you, yeah, if you don't find that balance, if you can't find that balance, it's going to keep you from bringing a new quality of life. It's going to keep you from moving forward on your path. It's almost like you're going to have a lack of ambition and lack of focus because you're so worried about juggling either two people or juggling your everyday life or your spiritual life and your everyday mundane or whatever that is, your internal and your physical. It's just, there's something here that needs to be balanced, and if you can't bring that balance, there's going to be a lack of ambition or a lack of focus. And maybe it could be for some of you that you're trying to like perfect spirituality, and you know, you can't do that, Aries. I know that would be like the end all be all to like perfect spirituality and to make it just work perfectly for you. But you know, spirituality is a different, it's not the end. It's, wow, how do I put this? It is a state of mind. It's not something that you can really like hold on to tangibly and mold the way you want it to be. It molds you. It molds you. And this is about you bringing that quality in, but it's almost like you're trying to perfect it too much. You're trying to like, oh, I know this and I know that, and you're on your path because that's what you're doing, and I'm right here on my path because that's what I'm doing. But it's different for everybody. Spirituality is different for every person, okay? And it's not, it's almost like, wow, this is such an interesting reading, Aries, because, you know, it's very interesting because it's like, you know you're a spiritual person, but it's like you're having a hard time understanding the ins and outs of spirituality. And you're trying to perfect something here when you can't perfect it. It is what it is. Maybe that's what you're juggling. Maybe you're trying to perfect something when it comes to spirituality. You're trying to make a more solid of a foundation, but you have to understand that everything comes in divine guidance. Everything comes in divine timing when it comes to spirituality. You can't just progress on a level immediately. It comes when it's time. It comes when you're ready, and I feel like you're trying to push yourself. You're trying to push yourself forward onto a new level. But it's like if you go too quickly, you're going to lose you're going to fall off track. You're going to fall off track if you try to push into the next level of spirituality too quickly. So you need to kind of be aware that where you're at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. So don't try to push too hard, okay? Don't try to push too hard. Definitely watch out for those energies. What an interesting reading. What an interesting reading. Okay, well, let's go ahead and let's move forward. And we're going to look at the benefits of the positive energies coming in for you, as well as how to best overcome the negative challenges. All right, so Spirit, what is the benefit of the positive energies coming in for Aries? And how can they best overcome the negative challenges? So we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment. Okay, so as far as the benefits of the positive energies, yeah, happiness is coming in for you. Happiness is coming in for you. Fulfillment's coming in for you. And it's a sense of contentment. It's like you're finally understanding that you can't push forward in spirituality, that you can't make the decisions. That Spirit, your guides, your angels make the decisions of where you are. And it's almost like this week you're understanding, okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to focus on the negative. I'm going to block out what I need to, and I'm not going to try to push forward into this, but I'm going to continue on my path, and I'm going to continue learning as I go, because that's what Spirit wants for me. That's what Spirit wants me to do, because I am on a path. I am on a path here, and where I'm at is exactly where I'm supposed to be, so I'm going to be happy with that. I'm going to be okay with that, and I'm going to understand that things will come to me in due time. Things will come to me when I need it, and I will be taken care of. I have nothing to worry about. I don't need to push any harder. I don't need to back up. I just need to continue on my path, and I need to be okay with exactly where I'm at. And I also need to be okay with where everyone else is at. Because I feel like that's another thing too, is you've been trying to understand why certain people are ahead of the path more than you are, or why certain people are behind you. You're like, well, why can't you be right here with me? And that's where some of this juggling is, because you're trying to understand. You're truly trying to understand, but, you know, spirituality, like I said, isn't something that you could just grasp immediately and understand. It takes time. It takes time to learn. It takes time to learn, and you need to be happy with where you are. even when things are hard, even when a lot has been lost. You need to be okay with exactly where you are because, like I said, Spirit says that you're exactly where you need to be. Because look at that. We have it here again. You see the tree of life here? Look at that same symbol is right here in this 10 of Pentacles. So that is letting you know that you are exactly where you need to be on your path at this point. So do not feel bad that you aren't further than you already are. And do not, try to push. Don't try to push. Just let it happen. Let everything happen. It needs to happen because Spirit is going to hold you. Spirit's going to make sure that you have everything you need to prosper. You just need to trust and believe in that. Now, as far as how to best overcome the negative challenges, we do have Judgment. So it's about a rebirth. It's about an inner calling. It's about letting your soul call the shots. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to let the ego push you into trying to bring something faster than it needs to come. Allow your soul to soar. Allow your soul to take control of this. It's almost like you need to get in to the driver's seat and just put the seatbelt on and say, Spirit, take the wheel. Spirit, take the wheel. I'm here for the ride. I'm ready for whatever you want to bring to me. I'm not going to push too hard, and I'm not going to turn away. I'm going to keep on this path, and I'm going to allow my soul, and I'm going to allow you to call the shots. So definitely, you've been feeling a little out of sorts. You've been feeling a little off in this whole path. I mean, I feel it. I feel this. It's almost like there's this immense sense of confusion in this reading, which I don't normally have in my readings, okay? I'm normally pretty positive and pretty sure about what needs to be said because Spirit speaks through me, but there's this sense of confusion here. So I feel like you've been very confused about, the path you're on, but Spirit's saying, no, there's no need to worry. You're exactly where you need to be. Let us call the shots because it's time for you to release so that a rebirth can happen. Don't live in self-doubt. Don't live in self-doubt, but allow the process to happen exactly how it needs to happen. And that's going to help you to break away from trying to push too hard or falling back away from your truth, from learning more about your spirituality and learning more about the path that you're on. Okay? So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to pull you one more tarot card, and this is going to be the overall impact from the energies positive and negative. So Spirit, what is the overall impact from the energies positive and negative for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of July 12th through July 18th? Yes, new opportunities, new prosperity, a boost in your manifestation skills, understanding that where you are is exactly where you're meant to be, and the seeds have been planted and they will grow, but you have to have patience and give it time. Don't try to push too hard, but continue on the path of learning, continue on the path of enlightenment, because it's coming to you. New opportunities, new prosperity, and manifestation is definitely coming in. So whatever you've been asking about, don't push too hard. Allow the answer to come, because Spirit is trying to deliver something to you. But because you've been pushing so hard, and really kind of to focus on the negative, you're not seeing that the answer to your dreams is right in front of you. So you need to pull back and let yourself step into the flow. Step into the flow of your spirituality so you can really understand where you're at on your path and that new opportunities can be brought your way. Okay? Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull you 3 more cards, and these are going to be advice cards from the Messenger's Oracle for your week. Just some extra advice, some drops of wisdom, and things of that sense. So give me one moment while I tap into that energy. All right, Spirit. What messages do you have for Aries? Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of July 12th through July 18th. What messages and wisdom and guidance do you have for Aries? Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week of July 12th to July 18th. Ooh, there's one of them. Okay, let me get your other 2 before we go ahead and flip that one out. All right, so your first card of wisdom and guidance is be vigilant. Yes, this is about staying on your path, not giving up, not faltering, continuing moving forward, continually progressing, and being exactly where you need to be, not trying to push too hard, but knowing that you are being divinely guided. And know that as long as you are staying committed to your spiritual path, you have nothing to worry about. Everything will play out exactly how it needs to play out. Because we have a number 3 here, and that's about growth, and that's about spirit, and that's about being divinely guided, and that's about, getting an achievement of your goals. getting where you need to be, but allowing it to happen exactly how it needs to happen, being patient with the process. Now, your second card to come out is Know That You Belong. Yes, this is about knowing that you belong exactly where you're at. Do not feel like you're doing something wrong. Do not feel like you are in the wrong part of your path. You're exactly where you need to be. And Spirit wants you to know that you're doing fine. You're doing a great job. Just continue. Do not give up. Now, your third card to come out is Hear the Ancient Ones. Yes, your guides are definitely speaking to you. Your angels are definitely speaking to you. So you need to close your mind down, quiet yourself down, and really listen in. Listen in so you can understand where you're at, because Spirit's trying to share with you. Spirit's trying to share with you some wisdom and some knowledge and some truth so that you can understand exactly where you are and to know that there are solid foundations here for you. There are solid foundations here for you. Okay, Aries? So like I said, be patient with the process. All is unfolding exactly how it should. All right. Well, those are your messages for this week. What an interesting reading, Aries. What an interesting reading. If this resonated with you, please comment below and let me know how. Also, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, please like, click subscribe, and share this video with anybody you feel needs to hear it. Okay? Well, this is me, Gennaro, aka BhodiBoy G, signing off from my channel Wild Oracle, saying thank you, Aries, for being with me in this space. Thank you for connecting with me, and thank you for being open to the message from Spirit. I hope you're able to take something from this to propel your week towards health, wealth, prosperity, love, and light. All right, Aries, I'll see you guys next week. Much love from me to you. Namaste.